Hello and welcome, Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is a ladder game on Bestia 7. Never saw the other 6 Festias, but this is number 7. Map by Farms, 10x10 map. And quite a nice map actually. He lowered the mountains somewhat. They were more ridiculous before. They're still very high, so careful of your air. Slow wondering what the fuck this is. Well, let's point out some features. In the middle we have a couple dead loyalists. And wait, the hell? They shouldn't give so much mass, should they? And we have some dead mantis. Uh, so quite a lot of mid reclaim there to fight for. We have just a one passage in the middle that's quite wide, reasonably wide. And then we have two very thin land passages on the outskirts of the map. And some water here and some places that need to be dropped. You can walk to here to drop up here, drop this up here, walk to the hydro, and you have to drop this, I believe, as well. And this you can walk to. Good place to put a radar. Maybe some TML. The mountains are gonna defend against a lot of TML though, honestly. So not a very open map at all, which can lead people to make a lot of use of the water. Get some T2 Navy up, and you can do a lot of damage with that. So it's lows, build order, a couple of P-gens after the factory, and then mexes, and then rushing the Hydra. He's gonna go second air, looks like. Blast Shield with a different approach. Gonna build two factories with his ACU in the base, not walk to the Hydra. So we have two air factories planned here. Blast Shield gonna invest into air. And that's definitely reasonable. There's a lot of spread out mexes. And there's places to be dropped. You can drop your opponent's side for sure. There's definitely ways to get some map control on your opponent's side with the use of air. Inties. And let's see. Please don't just be inties. Oh, I hear a lab. Let's see. So the engineer going to mid looks like he's going to be taken out. Oh, haha, the Snoop saves himself. That last shot there. And actually he's low in the base, has 5 mech marines sitting next to transport. 6-1 comes out of the factory, and you know what that means. Hello to the ghetto gunship. Low really struggling for mass right now. Expansion seems to be a bit slow. You see where Blast Shield has his engineer already at these 3 mexes. Low's nowhere near that, so see the investment into all those labs. It's quite significant, and now the hills, the mountains come into play as the transport tries to lift itself over them, and he reaches the base, finds 2 air factories, and the transport is so high up in the sky that it actually was, the labs did not have the projectiles didn't last long enough to actually hit the engineer there for a while. But he dropped down a bit lower and did some damage. That's a couple engineer kills, 3 maybe. And there's already inties attacking. He's gonna drop them off. And maybe he can take out the Hydra here. Some shots being wasted on the... Quite a lot of shots being wasted on the air factory. You can see that's almost 1500 damage. That's not really useful, unfortunately. So not the most damage here. We have like three kills here so far. Now if he needs to be microing the labs, I think he can split them up, run around here to the back, Maybe run to the Hydra, that would be nice. And just split them up, try and get as many engineer kills. He has the scout around, so he can try and split them up, but he's gonna keep them together. That will make them a stronger fighting force. But there's a couple Thams and Celine's coming for him. Now this engineer is doomed. Gunned down in cold blood. I have some expansion over here. No naval factory. So naval is actually very important. Even early on, you can stop uh, land damage from the sides with frigates. The frigates will generally have enough range to attack those land units and stop them from pushing on the extremities, and all the labs get taken out. Sadly for Zlo, and this Tham almost gets a vet level, has 4 kills. And Zlo sending his air in. Doesn't look like he has more. It looks very even. Now we have the drops coming. Zlo gonna speed up his expansion. Drop on the Hydra most likely, and this Mex, and this one, and this one. There's a lot of mechs missing for Zlo right now, and only 3 land factories in the base and 1 air factory. If we look at what Blastchill has, he has 4 land factories, 2 air factories. So looking pretty decent for Blastchill. Zlo begins his transition to T2 very early on, adding some power around that factory. It's going to give it adjacency and lower the power cost. It would normally drain minus 70, but drains minus 52. Doesn't seem like much, and it isn't really, but it all helps. When Bomber comes in, that's a second kill. There's a previous bombing run. An engineer gets taken out, and he has his air with him. Now he needs to be careful. He definitely has less, actually. So Zlo needs to be careful here with his inties. You do not want to lose all these. Can't really afford to protect that bomber. Oh, we see a couple tanks making their way up, and just spotted the reclaim there. It's about 3 times as much for Blast Shield. He's doing a lot better in reclaim. See a lot of reclaiming engineers here. Not good to have them all in one spot. If you can micro the attack move to different areas, ideally you have like 1 attack move engineer in every spot, but that's a lot of micro. You got to change the attack move every 15 seconds. Hard to remember to do that. And T2 land already finished, took about a minute to finish thanks to the assist. Another air factory added. And that's going to be very good. There's not really been any damage done by T1, and I don't think there's going to be from Blast Shield. And he's now moving to T2 himself, realizes that T1 is not going to help much. And look at that. 6 tanks dropped on top of the raid. Oh, but the drop took so long that they're already out of range. A bit sad. Yeah, the reclaim is a big deal for Blast Shield right now. He also has a naval factory up on the left side. No one has a naval factory on the right side. As a top player, I think you really want to get a naval factory on this side, because if someone takes control of this navy-wise from the bottom side, then your base is quite vulnerable to T2 Navy, and both these players have missile cruisers, so there's a lot of potential for damage thanks to those missile cruisers. Not so much with Aeon and Cybern. They just don't have the range on that T2 Navy for bombardment on this map. It's quite a distance, but with cruisers you can hit a hell of a lot of stuff, so both players could make use of T2 Navy at some point. We shall see. And that's Zlo has somehow managed to reclaim. Oh, it's an attack move. He's reclaiming the frigate as it's being built, and Blast Shield has not even paused the factory. He has seen this. Oh my god. He's just paying Zlo direct into his bank account. That's not something I've seen before. Zlo always has a new trick up his sleeve. Pillars at the front, stop any TU on land. He can kill this and move in and take the mechs. Is quite slow grabbing mechs here, I have to say. I thought there was a transport around, but this is not taken. This is not taken. This shit's not taken. And after you take the mechs, you can also, well, grab some reclaim as well. Here's the transport. He has this hydrocarbon down here. That's quite amazing. So, not much happening at the minute. T2 land is up, and Yenzines. So, Blaster wants to make use of the water. I don't think Yenzines are that good here, honestly. Because you can still send land units up the sides. If there is land units coming up here, it's not a bad move to put some arty on top of the hill here. And rain down on top of them. Blast shields in mid, and the mid reclaim has never been taken. And this is a bit of a suicide of pillars here by Zlo. 3 pillars disappear. That's even more reclaim for Blast Shield to take now. TML is up, and it's being launched directly at the factory. There's no T2 engineer. The T2 engineer that was building just got vaporized by the TML that just hit. And T2 land is no more for Blast Shield. That's very bad. And that is why you almost always build a T2 engineer as the very first unit. If your opponent has T2, it has to be the first unit. Pretty much. If your opponent doesn't have T2 and you're making T2 very quickly, then you don't have to make it as your first unit. But if your opponent has T2, gotta get the engineer out, because there's a chance you may never be able to get him out once you react, and that's what happened here. And now any T2 mechs he has are also completely indefensible. And he's actually making the gun. I thought maybe with that you might be tempted to make T2 on the ACU to get some TMD at the front. I mean, if you put a TMD here, one TMD is going to block absolutely every TML. But no, they're going for a gun, going to be aggressive, and there's not many units around. A few pillars. Still a lot of reclaim here. Blast Shield is not taking. It's quite bad. And oh, that's very, very nice. The TML on the upgrading commander. Perfect. One of the best uses of TML to attack those commanders like that. And that was about 70% done, and it's cancelled. There will be no gun comm, and this commander now has under 5,000 HP. So let's keep moving through this replay. And the Zooies arrive, and the pillars have to react very quickly, and they don't. God damn the Zooies, man. They're so damn good. And now we have 2 naval factories very close to one another, but only one of them is building anything, so I think we can see how that's gonna go. This Hydro goes down to Yenzine's. Well, the Yenzine and a bam. Nice kill. Pretty nice raiding here, and not much natural reclaim grabbed by Zlo, it has to be said. If you look at Blast Shield, a lot cleaner map here, and we have exactly double the reclaim for Blast Shield because of that. Bombers sent out after the Zooies. Zlo begins T2 air and T2 on the commander. Also notice he has a very nice adjacency with this shield, only costing 125 instead of what, 200. it would normally be, I think. Yep, so it's a pretty significant discount. Now the Zooies are here, but against micro pillars, they should die eventually. Oh, look at the damage though. Vicious. God damn it. These are so good. So where's the T2 land gonna... Oh yeah, way back here. Behind the mountain, very nice. Just in case there was a TML around, it would have to be from around here, somewhere up here or down here. Not gonna get hit by TML behind this mountain. Bombers on the Zooies again. Much better than the pillars. Pillars have just gotten absolutely destroyed, it seems. Bomber's doing good work. There's a torpedo bomber. And we have a drop on this side that Zlo has slightly forgotten about. Well, there's quite a few mechs here that Zlo has engineers standing beside. And, ooh, a drop. Oh, look at the fucking mountains. And Farms wonders why people complain about them. Well, he got the drop away, and oh, the Sparky moves in to try and reclaim them, and he's doing a good job, but this TML will go down. Can't save it. And that's a decent drop. Doesn't kill anything else, though. Didn't kill the T2 mechs there. Or the TMD, or the Sparky. And actually, this has died somehow. Although, guess maybe this torpedo bomber took out a couple of subs, and I'm not sure what else killed it. Just frigates out of the factory, I guess. Now Flak is here. Oh, T3 on the ACU. That's an interesting decision. And Last Shield is so far ahead in total mass. It's a bit ridiculous. 10k ahead. And decent eco balance. Very nice power income. Ooh, we have some T2 mechs in the water. A bit vulnerable there. Could be torpedoed. And more eco coming up from him. He has quite a bit of power, so maybe time to start reclaiming some. There's a lot of T1P gens around that could be turned back into mass. And Slow is making a T2. Well, this has to be a comm drop. T3 commander is extremely difficult to stop if you land a comm drop with them. The key to a comm drop is to have resources banked so that when you land you do not stall. And mainly that means having a decent power income and having mass banked so that you can make those PDs very quickly. You do not ever make a comm drop when you have zero mass in the bank and you're already stalling or something. It's a bit of a blind attack here, not advisable. It's gonna leave some reclaim. It's gonna be instantly sucked up by these engineers that have barely survived some pillar shots. And the frigate's easily killing the Enzines. No trouble for them whatsoever. Superior speed, range, damage, everything. Just superior. Oh, and after T3 goes for the shield, once his T3 P-gen is finished. And where did that transport go? I don't see it. And that looks like a very big air loss for Zlo. Huge amount of inties for Blast Shield. It's at this exact point that you have to stop making inties. What the fuck, says Lo? Might be wondering. Well, what is he wondering, I wonder? Sure, he knew his air was there. All flak died. Yeah. Guess he thought he had some flak somewhere, but there is Just one and another one here. Slow has now finished the shield. He has mass overflow and T2 transport is out. Where can he drop to? Can he reach anywhere relevant with that ACU, considering he just lost air extremely hard? Oh, we have a drop actually from Blast Shield. There's not even T2 mexes to kill, so Slow's probably not too worried. And a lot of mech marines have just appeared. Alright. Good way to kill arties is definitely mech marines. If you see someone's about to arty drop you, having some labs ready is a good idea. Another option is having bombers ready. Always good for those arty drops. Now, if only Slow knew there were T2 mexes under here. Oh, it looks like one's already dead. So much mass left there. So, a very nice T2 radar. A shield protecting it. And we have a little ferry route, so more drops coming. Right over these gigantic mountains. Let's just watch what happens there. Going up. And coming all the way back down. Or not. Crashing out of the sky. Yep. Not good. So many inties. 150 inties. And none of those drops landed. And now he's flying more in. This is why people don't use ferry routes. They're quite vulnerable. And once they go wrong once, they tend to continue going wrong. Is that actually gonna land? Someday, maybe? There we go. Zoos are here. And the labs are reacting. Now, what's he attacking? Well, all the shots are hitting the shield, it seems. Oh. Maybe that T2 land factory will go down. It's gonna be pretty close. Ooh. Oh. 290 HP. The shield blocked just enough damage to save it. If just one other drop had landed, that would have worked, but as it is, that's just a mass donation. Not much damage done. T3 air from Zlo. This T3 commander never got to do his drop, which is quite sad. He has shield and T3, hasn't really done anything with it. He has a SAM now, 2 T3 P-gens and T3 air, and he also has the gun. So engineers spread out here, but they're being slightly forgotten about. That's more drops coming here. Now he drops on the naval factory, and it's gonna die very quickly. Probably don't need 30 Zooies to kill that, and that's a strap bomber from Zlo. I think he just dropped maybe on the shield and didn't kill anything. Now a drop. Nope, no drop. What's he aiming for? Oh my god. Oh, there goes that, at least, and there goes that strap bomber. He did get some kills there, but I'm not sure. I think he got some kills other than this, maybe? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. No, that was actually it, I think. One drop. One dead T2 mechs and storages, and can Blast Shield reach this juicy wreck? Oh, nice. Hiking up the mountain. Good job, that engineer. Give him a promotion. Make him Tech 2 or something. Slow with his T3 shield gun comp. Just wants to build a base. I mean, there could be other uses for that commander, but you know, Blast Chill is absolutely committed to the idea of drops. Just committed. And over here we have Sparky's making T2PD. Quite a push on the right side that's going to be attempted to... well, Zo's going to attempt to stop it with 4 pillars and about 30 mech marines. We'll see how the mech marines do. If he can kill the... oh, it is going to work. He killed the Ilshis, and so now the mech marines are going to do a great job. 2 pillars dedicated to denying 1 mech. Nuke. So Nuke silo has been started. Alright then. Does he have... let's see the eco for his low. Well, that's a lot of T1 mexes there. We have 7 T2 mexes. 7 T2 mexes, and we're going for a nuke. That's going to be expensive. We already have 11 ASF, so air control going to shortly be in Zlo's favor. He has so much power. Definitely got to get rid of... well, I guess the third T2 Pigeon wasn't needed. Maybe the second one wasn't either. But yeah, you got to be reclaiming those T2 Pigeons, especially. Not too many T1s around for him. Looks like he's already reclaimed some. Air staging going up. And that's a lot of drops here. That's a lot of drops. Zlo with the constant scouting here. Bit of a scout stream out of this factory. A good use for T1 air factories once you've moved to T3. You don't really need... definitely don't need inties at that point. Zlo has a bit of mass in the bank. Maybe he will keep going for this nuke. He's built some T1 pigeons to give more adjacency, so this power cost is going to be reduced. Power cost is going to be very low with all this adjacency. You can also build T2 mass fabs around it to reduce the mass cost if that's the more limiting factor, which probably it should be for Zlo. He only has about 95 income, so that's very little income for a nuke. And Zlo has also taken the lead in reclaim. Blast Shield had a lot more reclaim for quite a lot of the game. And what is happening in this game, honestly? Bizarre. A lot of T1 bombers. We have a massive number of inties. We have 5 T2 transports laden with Zuis for quite a while now. Maybe at some point someone will think about making T2 Navy, but it seems like they won't. I'm not going to hold out too much hope. Now, there's a lot of labs left over here. I wouldn't mind seeing a continental ghetto. That would be a bit fun. Even a T2 ghetto. He has the transport here. Blast Shield begins the tactical missile on his ACU. Oh, that's a sneaky TML down here now. What can he hit though? There's a lot of shields around, and that's because of the strats. It's a big investment to make all those shields. The mass cost isn't too great, but the maintenance cost, 250 on each of those Seraphim shields. You pay for what you get. They are expensive because they are the best. Broadswords now. The nuke finishes at the same time as Blast Shield's attack pack. I think we know which one is a bit more impressive. As long as to make sure he doesn't stall, otherwise this nuke will take forever. And that's a lot of inties going after his ASF, and also some ASF mixed in there. So He doesn't want to fight all those inties. There's no need to, really, with his ASF. I don't know where those ASF are going. Guess something's been spotted. Oh, he's going after the transports with 2 ASF. And... oh, I think that was blocked by the shield. It was. Look, it's taken damage. That's pretty nice. And now actually looks like Zlo is suiciding a little bit with his ASF. But there's so few inties now. Oh, there's a lot of them getting repaired though. It's another strat. I think quite a few strats from Zlo. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, the nuke. You can see there it costs 2,250 power. Very, very low. Instead of the, so normally around 4,000 or even a bit more. No, it might be exactly 4,000. That's a dead strap bomb. Some MMLs. Don't think T2 land is going to do much against a T3 shielded gun commander. It's wishful thinking to think he can do real damage here. And that's a commander, and he's been spotted. He also drops a Zooey. Doesn't want to get lonely. Gotta keep himself company. His little friend. Nuke coming along nicely. I don't think we'll see a nuke defense. Bastial really just has to kill that nuke or he's fucked. And the MMLs are dying. Yeah, Zlo just doesn't give a fuck. Just send the ACU in, kill everything. Because there's nothing that can really stop him. Now we see the lab raid coming in at 39 minutes. He's on his way. He may get stopped by a single PD though. And the Zooies, just through sheer numbers, are actually able to do a bit of damage, take down the shield. A lot of T1 bombers just didn't drop there for whatever reason. Blast Shield is here with his ACU and the tac pack. The bombers try and drop on the nuke, but there's two T2 shields there. And the TMLs are flying. And it looks like air is completely dead for Blast Shield. Well, he had some ASF, but all of his inties are dead now. Like they got taken out in various ways. Ooh, a SAM as well. It's going to make it very, very difficult to ever send air on this side on the map. Look at the range. This is just a no-go zone. And the TMLs are flying, but they're just not going to get through. Very nicely placed shield here. You can see that protects it perfectly. Well, there goes some P-gens, but now the next shield is up before this one goes down. And one TML from attack pack is just never going to break through this. Unless he should actually TML this shield so that when it goes down it gets killed. Oh my god, he actually... well, that was fucking close. But now both shields up again. Oh, if there is just some secondary attack here at that exact moment, then he could have got through. Oh. And the shield comes back up again. So there, it broke through the shield and did quite a lot of damage, over almost 3,000 damage, because there was only just over 3,000, or there was some left on the shield, so the rest of the damage went through and hit the nuke, but not enough to kill it. That was actually extremely close. And now I think it's over because Blast Shield is never getting out of here. Blast Shield wants to fucking hang himself now. Well, now I feel bad for casting it. This lost mega retarded. Yep, I have to agree, but we've all been there. Some of us live there, actually. GG. Well played, I guess. Maybe not though. Funny game no matter what. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you tune in for the next one, and I'll see you then.